Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining the BricsCAD V24 launch to discover the latest BricsCAD innovations in V24. I am Yancy So, the Vice President of Product and Development at Bricsys. BricsCAD is the professional CAD software without compromise. We accelerate your time to deliverable without any trade-offs on performance, cost, licensing flexibility, and interoperability. The BricsCAD team has worked really hard over the last 12 months to deliver the best BricsCAD version ever. Over the next hour, we will walk you through how BricsCAD V24 has been designed to make you more efficient. BricsCAD Pro and Lite streamlines your general 2D design and drafting workflows. You now can incorporate survey data in your designs using the Civil Survey Toolkit. BricsCAD BIM enables engineers and contractors to access the benefits of BIM without the complexity. And BricsCAD Mechanical has closed the compatibility gaps and now streamlines the move from the legacy 2D mechanical CAD systems. So, we are excited to kick things off in this session with Don diving into the new exciting innovations for BricsCAD Pro and Lite. Don, over to you.
Hello, I'm Don Strimbu, Executive Product Manager for the BricsCAD Pro and Lite products, and I'm here today to take you through a tour of what's new in our flagship DWG-based CAD product, BricsCAD V24. BricsCAD is a professional CAD product that doesn't force you to compromise. It's also a modern CAD product that offers all the familiar features that you'd expect in a drawing-based CAD system, with innovative tools that you simply won't find anywhere else. Modern, familiar, and innovative, and cost-effective. Welcome to BricsCAD V24. Today, we will focus on our three guiding principles and demonstrate BricsCAD's ability to automate and optimize the types of workflows that you perform every day. First, it's our goal to deliver a familiar and compatible CAD experience so you can be familiar with BricsCAD quickly. And we want to build innovative ways to accelerate your time to deliverables, especially using BricsCAD's AI and machine learning-based features. And our third guiding principle is the modernization of BricsCAD's user experience and overall UI to provide a simple and accessible toolset for all users. Now, our example dataset today is a retail store layout. We'll start in 2D, then we'll take the 2D geometry and use it to create 3D models to validate our layout. Then we'll create a set of shop drawings for fabrication and installation. But before we dive into the workflow, let's take a look at BricsCAD V24's modern user experience. Take it away.
The new Start page in BricsCAD V24 offers an easy-to-select template view, a list of recently opened drawings, and an option to pin the recently used files so they remain at the top of your list. We wanted to make it easier to adopt new and unique to BricsCAD tools and features, so this is why we added our first set of hands-on tutorials. On the Start page, you can find a banner which takes you to the tutorials. Based on how you fill in the guide, you'll get the tutorials you need. Now let's get into BricsCAD. We heard that you love our tips panel, so we revamped it and made it even more comprehensive. You'll find in-product guidance to all the new features in BricsCAD V24, to our unique tools, and more. The ribbon has been redesigned with the guidance of AI User Assist, user data, and lots of feedback coming directly from you. It brings an improved, modern, and simplified look with more convenient icon spacing. If you still can't find what you're looking for, you can just type it into the search bar and it will take you to the right location. Now you're always in control of your drawing environment, so you can switch off the modern layout, refresh, and go back to the classic experience right here using the new interface settings dropdown. We also implemented a much requested quick calculator, which allows for fast and accurate maths calculations directly inside of BricsCAD. We're so excited to see how these features and updates will make it easier for you to learn, use, and adopt BricsCAD.
As you can see, we're working hard to make BricsCAD modern, simple, and easy to learn. Let's take a look at BricsCAD V24.
When you start BricsCAD, the launcher allows you to pick the workspace for the current task you want to perform. Let's open the drawing we're going to start with for our 2D floor plate layout. As usual, you can select template files, apply them to your models and your layouts to ensure that your drawings meet your standards. New to V24 is the ability to directly create new drawings from a template from the start page. Now, the BricsCAD Layout Manager also assists you in adding, removing, renaming layouts directly from that tab, and also has the ability to publish selected layouts using all of the output functionality of BricsCAD. You get very fast, one-click access to those tools. Speaking of one-click, the ability to have the commands you need at the point of work without any typing, no ribbons, and no toolbars, that's the BricsCAD Quad Cursor. We've improved it greatly for V24. The Quad Cursor is context sensitive, so depending on the entities you hover over, the quad will display the requisite commands that can be used with those entities. Of course, at any time, you can always type a command in at the command prompt and use the muscle memory that you already have. Speaking of commands that are, well, commandless, the manipulator allows you to select entities and move, copy, rotate, and mirror them directly with no command input. And the nearest distance command in BricsCAD accepts a typed-in dimension as an override to apply a move between any two entities. Now, in the layout of the 2D floor plate, we used a combination of geometry and blocks. You probably know that blocks are the most effective and efficient ways to represent repetitive geometry in your drawings. But sometimes it's hard to remember where you created those or to create them in the first place. And the Blockify command in BricsCAD has undergone some great enhancements for V24. Here you see us using Blockify to match geometry with other similar geometry in the drawing, and it allows us to easily create blocks to represent that repetitive geometry. This reduces the size of our drawing files and makes it easier to load and work with those drawings in BricsCAD or any other CAD program. Everything you learned about drawing in 2D can help you move to 3D with BricsCAD. Our unique direct modeling allows you to simply select faces and boundaries and then push and pull the geometry. All the 2D moves you know from sketching through extruding and creating new geometry are simpler in BricsCAD because it's one environment that lets you work in both workflows simultaneously. We've created one example of this produce bin, which we're going to add into our library parts. Now we'll simply copy it to produce the quad bin that we're going to use in the final library component. Then we'll switch on some layers to show you the outer surroundings that we've created separately for this produce bin. This same paradigm of using a sketch in 2D and then using it to create 3D geometry works for just about any shape you can imagine inside of BricsCAD. And here's the 3D representation of our 5-door refrigerator case for the store planning exercise. Now that we've placed all of the 2D blocks in their proper orientation on the floor plate, we're going to use the block replace workflow within BricsCAD to simply swap them out for their 3D equivalents. If the 3D parts have been modeled and exist in your library, tools like Block Replace can help you move from 2D to 3D faster and more accurately. Once we have the 3D model, it's very easy to do visualizations and advanced calculations on the way things fit together within the space. Now we'll insert a parametric block created in BricsCAD directly from our library to place an end cap on the end of one of the shelving units. We're constantly improving BricsCAD parametric blocks, and there's a lot of great new features in V24. For one thing, it's more visual. Do you see that flip line? And you can see that a parametric block can contain a variety of different states that allow you to represent it as required in various drawings. Here are a series of dynamic blocks created in another CAD product. Whilst these blocks work perfectly in BricsCAD and can be used in all their iterations, they can't be edited. That's why we created Block Convert. In V24, we've consistently enhanced and refined Block Convert to accept dynamic blocks from other programs and immediately convert them into BricsCAD-style parametric blocks so that you can edit them inside of BricsCAD's block editor. Here you can change the visibility states, cycle through of all of the available parametric actions, and add and remove those parametric actions as you need from your blocks. You may find that even when blocks are included in libraries, for example, the produce bins that we're working with here, we can see by hovering over them, the tooltip says that an incorrect version of these blocks has been used. This is not a problem. The drawing health management workflow in BricsCAD has been improved again for V24. It now incorporates overkill, which allows you to select geometry in the drawing that's duplicated and simplify it, or in our case, to select duplicate block definitions that have different names. This ensures you remain in control and gives you the ability to quickly rectify each of these insertion situations within a single operation. The drawing health tool is automated, not automatic. You have full control over what gets modified. At the end of the drawing health run, the command generates a report to show you all the changes that have been made to the current drawing. Now let's start to lay out some drawing views of our 5-door refrigerator cabinet. We need some shop drawings that will be used to finish the assembly of these cabinets and prepare them for installation on the floor of the store. We're going to use the view-based command to create our standard drawing views very quickly from that 3D geometry. We have full control over the way that each of those views are depicted in the Properties panel. Now, earlier you saw how easy it was to go from 2D to 3D. Well, now we're showing you how easy it is in BricsCAD to go from a 3D model to a 2D drawing that's fully associative to the model. When the model changes, the drawing will update too. You have the ability to quickly create a section view and create circular or rectangular details just as easily. In V24, we've improved the performance of generated drawing views in BricsCAD to help you get the drawings you need out of your models faster, whilst maintaining the accuracy you need. Next, we want to add a parts list to this drawing to call out the various components of this refrigerated case. To do that, we'll use multi-leader entities to point to all the individual parts and pieces making up the equipment. We're going to use this drawing on the shop floor to help the team assemble this cabinet. You notice that we can select these multi-leaders and change the way they're depicted very easily from the Property panel in BricsCAD, with all the functionality and capability you'd expect from this common entity type. The multi-leader align command makes quick work of lining them up in our drawing. Now we'll close out the rest of that sequence and show you the rest of the multi-leaders in place. Now we're going to import data in a table from Microsoft Excel. This is something that you've told us you do on a regular basis, so to make it easier for you, we've added Smart Cell copy and editing to BricsCAD V24. This is the ability to import an existing spreadsheet, create a table, and then easily modify and edit the table by adding, removing rows, and copying data between the rows and columns in that table. These types of functional enhancements make it that much easier and quicker to deliver the documents you need to deliver in order to get work done and get paid. You may have noticed that we added a row to our table. Let's add the requisite leaders here, but we want to point to all 5 shelves. So we'll simply use a multi-leader with multiple arrowheads to those 5 shelves. And voila, our shop drawing is generally complete. Another thing you asked for is behavior that's consistent with other CAD applications. In BricsCAD V24, the trim and extend commands automatically highlight geometry to show you what your options look like. It's that easy. And once you've gone in and completed the geometry modifications, you can invoke a new command in V24, QDim. QDim lets us place linear dimensions very quickly within a drawing. These dimensions are all easily modified to meet your standards and the placement requirements for individual drawings. And another area where we've improved the performance of BricsCAD V24 is around associative dimensions. The Anno Monitor system variable adds a small glyph that shows associative dimensions that have lost the connection to the geometry that defines them. So whenever the Anno Monitor flag comes on, we know that that particular dimension value doesn't match reality, and it allows us to modify the geometry or modify the dimension as required so that they're correctly shown. In V24, we've also completely revamped the BricsCAD Sheet Set Manager, including new multi-user access to DST files. We have a new Model View tab that allows us to extract model views from any drawing and paste them into a layout really easily. Once we've done this, you'll see that we also have the ability in the new Sheet Set Manager to publish directly from the sheet set, which gives us the ability to quickly create, well, in this case, PDFs, including, and this is new to V24, bookmarks in those PDFs so that it's easy for you to hyperlink to the individual sheets in the PDF file. Another user request was the ability to output standard raster file types with full control over size and DPI. Now in BricsCAD V24, this is directly available in the print and publish dialogues. As you can see, we can quickly generate raster file output for whatever type of documentation needs you have.
And that's just the start of what's new in BricsCAD V24. At Brixis, we work every day to deliver a familiar and compatible CAD experience, build innovative ways to help you get your work done faster, and to build a modern and accessible user interface and user experience for everyone. Want to see more about BricsCAD V24? Watch these breakout sessions, including a session on our unique drawing health management workflow and the new BricsCAD parametric block workflow with Block Convert, which has been greatly enhanced for the V24 release. We're super excited for you to find out more about our products. You can download BricsCAD V24 today at the link shown on your screen, or learn more at brixis.com/BricsCAD V24. We hope that you enjoyed this presentation, and we look forward to you finding out more about our flagship drawing-based CAD product. Next, I'm going to hand it over to Rick Ellis to talk to you about the Civil toolset in BricsCAD V24.
Thank you, Don. I'm excited to share some highlights of what we have coming for our civil and survey users in V24. While the civil and survey tools in BricsCAD may be a great solution for many users, particularly those who don't need all the features and complexity of a full civil and survey application. We realize that some users do need a full suite of civil and survey tools. This is where our large network of partner developers comes in. Depending on the specific projects that you do and the regional needs of your work, we have a partner application that extends the powerful platform of BricsCAD to bring you the additional tools you may need. BricsCAD Pro has introduced practical tools for civil engineers and surveyors since version 19, bringing productivity-enhancing tools to the industry in a familiar CAD environment with a particular focus on creating accurate and efficient tin surfaces and grading objects faster, as well as workflows to leverage GIS data, even round-tripping it to other GIS systems. For BricsCAD V24, we've been working hard to improve our areas of focus and make them even more powerful and easier for you to use. For this version, we've introduced a full round-trip GIS workflow, allowing you to manage and create GIS data in a familiar CAD environment. We have enhancements to our tin surface user interface to make it easier to learn and faster to use. We've added weeding and supplementing factors to control the number of vertices used on break lines and contours when creating a surface, making them more accurate and efficient. We now have a specific tin surface definition for contour data to automatically minimize flat areas, and a new user interface for editing and creating label styles, speeding up this tedious process and making it easy to standardize labeling across your drawings. We've also added new transparent commands to allow entering data in common civil survey formats. Enter data in the format that you have it, like bearing and distance, angle and distance, point numbers, and more, directly into standard CAD commands. You'll get the job done faster when the commands work the way that you do. The tin surface is at the center of almost every civil survey project. Not only is it critical that it's accurate, but it's also vital that it's efficient. An unnecessarily large and slow surface is not just slow to build, it can slow down almost everything you do for the life of the entire project. First, we'll show you a few of the highlights of our tin surface creation and editing capabilities.
BricsCAD V24 has made working with tin surfaces easier than ever, with a UI that's more intuitive and easy to learn. You can select the group of survey points and create a tin quickly and efficiently, and maintain visibility into how that tin was created. You can edit parameters such as edge length so that your tin is as accurate and efficient as possible. You can use the new transparent commands to enter data in common civil survey formats, using this to do, for example, break line data, whether this is specifying civil point numbers or snapping to any part of a point object. Once your break lines are created, adding this data is quick and easy, with immediate surface updating, and the ability to use the Properties panel to update any civil points that may be incorrect. At times, contour data is the only data you have available from which to build your tin surface. As a result of user requests, in BricsCAD V24, we've added the ability to create tin directly from contours, instead of treating the contours as break lines. This allows us to minimize flat areas typically created by contour data and greatly increases the accuracy of the tin surface. You have the option to add supplemental vertices to ensure that curves are maintained, or weed out vertices from over-digitized data. And you also have the option to remove outer edges. If we look at a surface that treats contour data as break lines, you can see quite easily the difference in accuracy of the tin created from the same data. But using our new contour data option, it minimizes the flat areas and makes a more accurate tin. So even if contour data isn't the most desirable data for tin surface creation, V24 makes it possible for you to create a better, more accurate, and efficient tint from it anyway.
Next, we'll show you the new GIS workflow, allowing you to manage and create GIS data in BricsCAD and round-trip it to other GIS systems.
In response to user feedback and requests, BricsCAD V24 has built on the GIS import function and now makes it possible to round-trip GIS data. BricsCAD V24 can read object data from AutoCAD map or Civil 3D files and import that into an attribute table. Attributes and records can be selected in the table with the ability to zoom to items or zoom to the table line for an item. Filter objects based on attribute data, which allows you to quickly find the objects you need and then add to your filters to further refine your data searches. We've built on the import GIS data function, and now you can create and edit objects using familiar CAD commands, as well as the new transparent civil commands that enable you to enter data in common civil survey formats, including bearing and distance. From there, you can add GIS attribute data directly to the existing table. Also new to V24 is the ability to create GIS layers from scratch. Specify the name, geometry type, and attribute data, then draw objects using your favorite CAD commands and add them to the new GIS layer along with any attribute data. When you need to share your data with stakeholders, simply select what you want to share and export it to a shapefile. This V24 functionality ensures you're able to fully participate in GIS data workflows, all within your favorite CAD environment.
As I mentioned earlier, we've been adding new civil and survey functionality to BricsCAD Pro since version 19. This year, with the launch of V24 and with over 5 years of improvements and innovation, we have a compelling set of tools for civil and survey users to help you get your projects done faster. We've continued to improve our surface technology to create industry-leading surfaces that are accurate and lightweight, a cornerstone for workflows such as grading and site design. We've added greater levels of interoperability with our new round-trip GIS workflow. And there's also so much more. Be sure to check out our civil and survey breakout sessions for an in-depth look at some of these new features. We have 3 sessions on working with tin surfaces in BricsCAD, 2 on site grading in BricsCAD, as well as demos on the new transparent commands, leveraging GIS data, and highlights from some of the applications from our partner developers. To learn more, we invite you to visit us online to find more detailed information or contact one of our local experts to get a personalized demonstration. With that, I'll pass it over to Melissa for more about what you can look forward to in the new version of BricsCAD BIM.
Thank you, Rick. Hi, everyone. As mentioned, I'm Melissa Rivera. I'm Senior Product Manager here at Bricsys. First of all, thank you for taking the time for today's presentation. As every year, this is one of the most exciting times for the Bricsys team and myself. Today, we can finally get to show you and give you the tools you not only wanted, but truly need. Over the past year, we had numerous conversations with our customers. We have looked into the many innovative ways they have been using BricsCAD and our BIM tools, and how it's been of value to their daily task, and how we can take it a step further to enhance their experience. As we discussed last year, BricsCAD BIM is a CAD software tailored for BIM. V24 is here to help designers, engineers, and general contractors accelerate their essential workflows. Our new features in V24, they've been driven by 3 essential workflows that were mentioned by the majority of our users. Those essential workflows are 2D to 3D, data exchange for collaboration, and scan to BIM. So in V24, going from 2D to 3D BIM, we made it not only easier, but also familiar. We made it even better when it comes to exchanging data, and we made it quicker and easier when it comes to scan to BIM. We believe this will not only help our customers, but for anyone who needs to do the same type of work, but their current CAD solution just cannot do the job for them. Now, I will show you how these three workflows influence our new features. Starting with the first use case. So what we heard often from users like general contractors is that they're still receiving 2D from designers for at least 40 to 50% of their projects. So they have to convert this 2D into 3D and BIM models for coordination, visualization, planning, and quantity takeoff. This effort to create accurate 3D or BIM models can be overwhelming for some companies, especially when you factor in the cost of the software and training. In V24, we created building modeling tools that are simple to use, familiar, and smart when needed, all possible in one CAD software. Now let's show you these tools in action.
BricsCAD BIM V24 makes it simpler than ever to create BIM models. We've packed in smart tools and unique functionality that gives you the productivity gains you need, whilst eliminating the complexity that you don't need. When creating walls from a 2D layout, you're not only able to trace lines and define parameters from your own material library, you're also able to automatically generate walls of the correct thickness, no matter whether you're working from 2D layouts or point cloud data. The slab tool gives you the advantage of converting boundaries into a floor slab. Simply select the walls you want to use, along with any offsets or contours, and let BricsCAD do the hard work. You're also able to use a 2D layout to place columns, even if they're not a square shape. The Boundary Detect identifies it for you and places them automatically. Interior walls are just as easy. Pick a composition and use the 2D layout to trace walls, with BricsCAD automatically detecting the thickness. From there, use smart tools to connect walls together or extend to external walls. Once the initial floor layout is done, then you have the option of using the Quick Draw tool to copy the layout to other stories. Also, we've answered user requests for simple roof shapes, now giving you the option to create basic roof shapes. All of these tools will help you move from 2D to 3D in less time and without a steep learning curve.
Okay, that brings me to the second use case. Most of our users choose us because they want to adopt OpenBIM for the use of BIM coordination and collaboration. We hear this from general contractors as well as from structural engineers. OpenBIM provides big advantages. For example, allowing different software to communicate and exchange data seamlessly, reduce error or rework. This means you have the ability to future-proof your business by being able to participate in multiple BIM workflows. But collaborating is still challenging due to the high use of closed platforms, which can cause data loss. With BricsCAD BIM V24, we've added even better tools for IFC classification and data exchange with all BIM formats, including Revit. As you will see in the demo, the BricsCAD BIM approach dramatically improves collaboration without any increase in complexity. Do note that this new Revit export is for visualization and not meant for editing inside Revit. We do plan to continue developing this further as we continue to hear your feedback. Now, let's check out the new features.
We know how important it is to be able to collaborate with ease and confidence. So BricsCAD BIM V24 has enhanced and added functionality to make that happen. We've enhanced the functionality of existing IFC interoperability by adding tools to ensure IFC quality and flexibility. The IFC reference view now allows you to export geometry as a reference or underlay for use in Revit, enabling you to make a simplified version of the model, which is readable by more programs. There's now a unified IFC namespace, which means that you can specify IFC BIM properties without worrying about which version of IFC you want to use. Simply add your BIM properties, and when it comes to exporting, BricsCAD does all the necessary mapping behind the scenes. One less thing for you to worry about. A new tool to validate IFC has also been included. This enables you to import data from stakeholders whilst being aware of any issues that may be associated with the file. And smart visibility rules on IFC properties mean that it's easier and quicker for you to classify and verify objects based on IFC4 schemas. If IFC isn't enough, we've responded to the need for proprietary output with Revit Export. The BIM interoperability story is ongoing for us, and we strive to make it easier to exchange models and data with confidence.
Last but not least, that brings me to the third use case. So scanning buildings for renovation, retrofit assessment, quality, and as-built documentation is becoming more and more popular. Now, we all know that the effort to convert the raw scan into a usable model can become too time-consuming to see any benefit. As part of our innovative vision to have the software carry the load, so to speak, so that your team can focus on the design, BricsCAD BIM V24 has added new functionalities to our automatic scan to plan to BIM capabilities. Also here, do note that this is one of the two workflows we support. The second workflow is the more conventional workflow. Now, enough of me talking, let's just jump into the demo.
BricsCAD BIM V24 makes navigating point clouds quicker and easier by making better sense of your data. As well as existing functionality to isolate sections of a point cloud, there's now the ability to classify point cloud data right within BricsCAD BIM. This means that you can use the point cloud manager to switch various classes on or off, making it easier for you to concentrate on the data you need for a project. Just need walls and floors, click, click, and you're done. We're continuing to build on our scan to BIM vision, and we've improved our detection tools by giving you the ability to detect rooms from the point cloud and classify these rooms at the same time. After specifying the building floor and number, BricsCAD BIM identifies rooms and displays them in the point cloud manager panel. But you're always in control. Select rooms and merge them and rename them if you need to. Once the point cloud has been properly classified into classes and rooms, you can start using smart modeling tools to create geometry and classify the results of these as BIM spaces. You can go from point cloud to geometry in 2 clicks. In V24, we've continued our mission to go from point cloud to BIM, and we'll keep bringing you tools that will help you do this quicker, more easily, and more accurately.
Okay, this is a wrap up for me. Just a short recap. In this release, we made it familiar and easy as possible to go from 2D to 3D. We created new data exchange benefits with our open platform and showed the big advancements we made on the automating the scan to BIM workflow. I hope you notice how BricsCAD BIM V24 shows our continuous commitment to push the boundaries of CAD with our 3D, BIM, and point clouds tools, and that we continue to make new technology accessible to our users and are not afraid to take on innovation. To learn more, we invite you to visit us online to explore more detailed demonstrations of the software. And of course, download V24. I will now hand it over to you, Cliff.
Hello, I'm Cliff Brown, Executive Product Manager for BricsCAD Mechanical. BricsCAD Mechanical V24 provides manufacturers of any size with the fastest path from concept design to production drawings. Last year, with our V23 release, we delivered the most requested 2D mechanical CAD features. That meant covering all the basics, such as symbols and annotation, power dimensioning, and the ability to edit symbols found in existing DWG files. With BricsCAD Mechanical V24, we've turned our attention to the cost savings and software deployment goals of our clients. More specifically, we've focused on helping manufacturers migrate from AutoCAD and other 2D design and drafting software so that they can leverage the BricsCAD cost-saving advantages by closing the functionality gaps between AutoCAD and BricsCAD Mechanical. and to help manufacturers accelerate the time to deliver production materials. And by providing non-3D experts with the ability to reuse existing 3D models for technical publications and design for manufacturability studies. In this new update, we've done the extra things needed to provide our clients with a complete 2D design and drafting toolset that is familiar and compatible with the software that you're using today. The new V24 capabilities include additional part reference and part list creation and editing utilities, a suite of usability updates such as QDIMs and rescaling for text, dimensions, and annotations. The feedback we've received during our summer beta program helped validate that BricsCAD Mechanical V24 closes the key functionality and interoperability gaps highlighted by our clients. With this release, we're eliminating the risk of migrating from legacy 2D CAD software to BricsCAD Mechanical.
Let's take a quick look at these new 2D design and drafting capabilities. We recently helped a manufacturing company make the move from AutoCAD Mechanical to BricsCAD Mechanical. As part of the migration, the client validated the ability to open existing DWG files in BricsCAD Mechanical with no loss of vital part reference or part list data. In BricsCAD Mechanical, we can create a part reference using the AMPartRef command. Now, we can give the part reference properties via the Properties panel. The specific properties were predefined in the DWG file. Here we add the part name and the part number, and you see it appear here in the part list.
New projects often start by editing existing drawings. The ability to leverage legacy DWG files saves time and money. With BricsCAD Mechanical V24, we've made interoperability even more seamless.
In this example, the goal is to enhance the performance of an existing actuator assembly design by adding a custom gasket. First, we'll utilize BricsCAD Mechanical's powerful 2D design capabilities to quickly update the model. The quad, shown here, is a unique feature to BricsCAD that speeds up your CAD workflow by putting your most used and needed commands right under your cursor. Here in the quad, we are using the Join tool to join the polylines used to draw the gasket and create one object. The manipulator is a visual tool to give users dynamic movement, rotation, mirroring, and scaling of selected geometry without any command input. As the gasket is identical on both sides of the piston, we can use the mirror feature of the manipulator to save time and ensure accuracy. The gasket now needs to be turned into a mechanical component so that we can assign properties to it later. The BM form command creates a new mechanical component as an internal reference in the current drawing. To optimize the design process, we'll use the intelligent copy guided tools to copy blocks from one place in the drawing into another. Copy guided automatically aligns copied entities with relevant geometry using temporary guide curves. Polyline segments and multi-line segments are also accepted as guidelines.
BricsCAD Mechanical is part of an all-in-one environment for design and production professionals. Everything from the building model, to the break room, to the beverage machine and crusher assembly provided by our client, Alberts, can be integrated and explored. Let's take a quick look at the tools in BricsCAD Mechanical V24 that help designers convert 3D models into complete and accurate production materials.
Assembly technicians require a package of materials to effectively complete their job. The process of creating these materials requires multiple different personnel, from engineers to illustrators. We're going to walk through how the BricsCAD Mechanical platform ensured our partner, Alberts, could generate these materials for their smoothie making vending machine, all in one single platform. Let's take a look at the materials they required. Here is the 3D assembly model of the crusher device found in Albert's smoothie machine. This 3D model needs to be turned into drawings which can pass to production. Component production drawings allow the assembly technician to reference the drawing against the actual component to check for any deviation from the specifications supplied for manufacture. General arrangement drawings give a visualization of what the final product will look like. It also details high-level dimensions, component locations in the assembly, and a parts list or BOM for the assembly with balloon annotations. It can be thought of as a visual table of contents for the products. The exploded view drawing of the assembly is a high-level overview of how the components come together, different from the general arrangement, which only shows their final position in the assembly. These drawings will have trailing lines which give an indication of how the components interact to create the final product. The assembly manual is a detailed sequential step-by-step guide on how the product is assembled. There is a great depth of detail in the manual outlining when and how the components are put together. Each step will have assembly notes as well as a pictorial graphic generated using the CAD model. Now we know what materials are required for an assembly technician to effectively complete their job. Let's look at how BricsCAD Mechanical can assist you in making these materials. As the assembly manual details each step in the assembly process, we can add particular details to each step on the 3D model, like this 3D arrow annotation. This 3D arrow will only appear on the specific step selected. Next, we'll add a 3D model of a tool to make clear to the assembly technician that this step will require a tool. We can even add text in the 3D model space of a particular step. This allows for a great deal of detail to be communicated in each step of the process. We can now export the sequence of steps to SVG format, complete with all annotations. Each step in the sequence will have its own SVG file. From the assembly manual document, it's just a case of importing the SVG step required for the step in the manual. To recap, assembly technicians need a pack of drawings to effectively complete their jobs. We've shown that with BricsCAD Mechanical, it's possible to generate a component drawing, a general arrangement drawing, an exploded view drawing, and graphics for an assembly manual, all in one platform.
Manuals are great, but how do you know that the instructions produced are the best option for your assembly or maintenance process? With V24, we provided a prototype of our evolving suite of manufacturing producibility validation or design for manufacturability and assembly tools. With these capabilities, users can simply set up the analysis rules and then ask the software to inspect the assembly steps.
Our partner Alberts recently used our new assembly inspection tool to create a use case study of tool usage on their product, a crusher assembly which is part of a smoothing machine. This allows for optimized detailed assembly notes and instructions to be created, or potentially highlight an area where redesign is required to suit assembly efficiency. With BricsCAD Mechanical V24, manufacturers like Alberts can optimize the design so that an assembly technician can effectively and efficiently assemble a product. Let's take a walk through and look at the assembly inspection tool. To start the assembly validation process in BricsCAD, we first need an as-built sequence. An as-built sequence mirrors the order in which the components are assembled in the real world. This sequence can also be used in creating an assembly instruction documentation. The assembly inspect command initiates the inspection tool process. Select the newly created as-built sequence in the assembly inspection dialog and verify the steps in the sequence match the build order. In the Configuration tab, select the 3D model of the tool required in the assembly process, and map this to the components it's used on. The next step in the process allows rules and parameters being checked on the assembly to be configured. There are 3 parameters which can be selected to be configured. These are tool usage, global translatability, and visibility. With all parameters configured and tools mapped, the evaluation process can now be run. The results now show the evaluation of each of the rules for each step. Let's look at the results of the connector. As we can see, 2 of the fasteners are quite severely restricted, and the other 2 are restricted also. Using this information, Alberts reorientated the tool and reran the tests. As we can see in the results, with the tool reorientated, we get a 100% maneuverability of the tool, no interference.
BricsCAD Mechanical V24 is the latest example of our continued commitment to deliver professional design and drafting. In this release, we've closed key gaps in the functionality between BricsCAD and legacy 2D mechanical CAD. We've also added new capabilities that let non-experts utilize existing 3D models to get their job done. We've done all this and continue to offer the cost savings and licensing flexibility that our clients require. This is a brief overview of the new capabilities of BricsCAD Mechanical V24. To learn more, we invite you to visit us online to explore more detailed demonstration of the software, or contact our local experts for a personalized demonstration.
Thank you, Cliff. We are at the end of this event. In this event, we showed you why we think BricsCAD V24 is the best BricsCAD version ever that innovates your efficiency while continuing to have the licensing flexibility your business needs. The feedback from our beta users over summer confirms that the V24 provides significant enhancements, stability, and empowers users to achieve greater efficiencies in their workflows. In this session, we showed you how BricsCAD Pro Lite V24 is our most performant and stable release ever. It brings all the familiar tools you expect, topped with heaps of innovation that make you more efficient. Rick talked about how our V24 Civil Survey Toolkit changes the landscape with the new GIS data import, edit, and export capabilities, and our unique TIN workflow. We boosted BricsCAD BIM V24 to be your fastest way to go from 2D plans or point clouds to 3D BIM models without any complexity. On top of that, we made several significant enhancements in the IFC and the Revit export, delivering on our interop promise and our commitment to Open BIM. And my favorite one, in V24, we showed you how BricsCAD BIM is leading in scan to BIM with our revolutionary automatic room fitting. We ended the session strong with the innovations in BricsCAD Mechanical. Cliff talked to us about how we have matured BricsCAD Mechanical V24 to be a complete 2D mechanical design and drafting toolset. On top of that, we showed you how non-3D experts can access the benefits of 3D without the complexity with our assembly inspection and our assembly instruction workflows. Thank you all for attending today's event. But before we close the event, can I also invite you to visit our V24 launch page? You can access there the recording of this session and over 20 deep dive sessions. You will see in detail why we believe BricsCAD V24 is accelerating your time to deliverable. We also invite you to download V24 and try it out for yourself, or contact your BricsCAD reseller or your local BricsCAD account executive so we can help you to understand how BricsCAD can assist you in your design process improvement and cost reduction plans. Thank you and have a fantastic day.